I'd like to first start by thanking you for taking the time to view this presentation on Synovia Solutions as well as our partnership with Verizon Wireless. My name is Dave Hoppe. I'm the Western Regional Sales Manager for Synovia Solutions and your main point of contact in the West for Verizon. The intent of the presentation that I'm going to go through today, it's about a 20-minute quick presentation, and its intent is just to give you a very quick overview of who Synovia is, what we bring to the table and have to offer for you and your customers, talk about our relationship and partnership with Verizon. It's not intended for a presentation for you to present to your customers, but more so to give you more information on what you should be looking for, questions that you should be asking as you move forward. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick overview of Synovia to kind of explain a little bit of our background, who we are, talk about the Synovia Verizon success plan, why Synovia as far as how we're different than the other vendors and competition that's out there, and review the solution and the product suite that we have. Synovia's been up and running for over 12 years. We've got 25 of the top 100 bus fleets out there. We also have 150 years of transportation experience, and what that means to your customers and prospects is we understand what they're going through on a daily basis as transportation directors, fleet managers. Synovia Solution cut our teeth and we're more well known for dealing with school buses, school districts. Well, the same robust software solutions that we provide school districts across the country with, we also are able to provide for white fleet vehicles. And by white fleet, I mean when it comes to school districts, we're able to support their service vehicles, maintenance, food service vehicles, the vehicles for municipalities, state, local government, and then also private sector when it comes to the vehicles that they're using out there in the commercial industries. The Verizon VSP Solution Partner program that we've entered into with Verizon, what we wanted to do is make this a very simple program. We did not want to make it that it was going to be an added burden for you. So we are set up to do the heavy lifting. By that, what I mean is when you bring me an opportunity, I enter it into Salesforce. So yes, we use Salesforce just as you do. I have to enter the rep's name, contact information, their sales ID number, the ID number of your office. So this way, when we close the deal, all that information is in there, so both the rep and the office get credit for the deal. We also take and we handle the activations for you, which is why we need the information. So once the deal closes, we enter the activations. You do not have to do that locally. My job is to spend time with you in the field in front of your customers, presenting to customers, or via doing it remotely, as I am based in Denver, Colorado. I will do phone calls, discovery calls, webinars, software demonstrations for you and your clients. I am the direct contact. I will prepare the proposals, the presentations. I will handle all the agreements and contracts that are necessary. Our goal is for you to bring me an opportunity, discuss it. We set up the first initial conversation, either discovery call or webinar with your customer. At that time, we ask that you either be on-site present or via webinar, depending on location. After that, I will keep you in the loop on all email and correspondence. But from that point, I do the heavy lifting, get you engaged when we need your assistance on something. What we request from you, contact me to review the opportunity to discuss it. Enter the lead into your parent portal or your partner portal, so this way you get credit for the deal when it closes. Some of the current wins that we've had in the West, some of the name droppers: Tucson Unified School District, Tucson, Arizona; Meade School District there in Meade, Washington; Salem Kaiser, Folsom, Cordova, Fibertel. The Tucson deal and Salem Kaiser were joint venture Verizon Synovia RFPs that we won. In both cases, it came down to Zonar and Synovia, and they chose Synovia over Zonar. So once again, we can compete and win when we're going head-to-head with Zonar. The Fibertel, the last one I mentioned, that is a white fleet commercial application. It is a telecom company with 50 trucks out in the field. They needed something where they were able to do time and attendance as well as track their vehicles. By installing the operator panel, the employees are able to log in, from the field, and I'll cover that more in depth as we move forward. Some of the areas that we stand out compared to the competition is insurance, which is our business model, which is no upfront cost to the customer that I'll get into more in depth. We're able to censor events, integration of routing and payroll software. Because we write our own software, we are able to either integrate with our APIs or supply the end user with the APIs to do some integration of some back office software. We are real-time GPS, and we are a web-hosted solution. When it comes to insurance, our business model that I mentioned, typical business model is the customer has to purchase the hardware, pay to have it installed, pay an upfront annual software maintenance fee, pay that fee every year after that. Typically after the first year, the manufacturer's warranty is up on the equipment, so now the customer has to budget for that as well as far as repair or replacement. The way our solution works, when the client agrees to move forward with us, we do not need a PO, we do not need any upfront money. We're going to come out, we're going to install the equipment and software, we're going to train their employees on how to use it, which at that point we start invoicing on a monthly basis for the services we're providing. That invoice also includes the Verizon data charge. So they do not get two bills, they just get one bill. When it comes to the warranty, we're going to 100% warranty our equipment for the term of the agreement. So if it ever needs to be replaced or repaired, that's going to be on Synovia's dime. If technology changes during the time period that we can no longer support it, we will replace the equipment on our dime, not the end user's dime once again. Once again, no upfront investment, no CapEx dollars. This has allowed a lot of companies to move forward with the program when they would not have been able to because of budget restrictions. The last one, self-funding solution within 6 months. Once again, our solution is not a dot on a screen telling the end user, here's where your vehicle is. It is a fleet management system that is going to allow them to help them reduce their current fixed cost. And by that I mean their fuel costs, their maintenance costs, their payroll, just their day-to-day operations costs. Typically within that 5 to 6 month time frame, those current fixed costs they have reduced enough to offset what the monthly fee is that they are paying Synovia. That comes through tracking drivers' time and attendance, payroll accuracy, reducing errors, once again reducing payroll costs, fuel consumption. EPA states that for every hour a vehicle idles, it burns a gallon of gas. On average, we're going to be able to reduce idling on a bus by 15 minutes per route. That's a half hour a day. We're going to increase accountability, make them more productive, improve safety, green initiatives that I'll get into a little bit later. We try to keep it very simple here. The core product is going to be our fleet tracking GPS AVL with the comparative analysis, which is the route integration with the routing software that I'll get into. 3 add-on components, time and attendance, student ridership, engine diagnostics, can be added at the initial installation or be added any time down the road. When I mentioned that we supply them with a fleet management system, we give them KPI dashboard on the screen, which allows them to manage key performance indicators, which is idling, speeding, because we load in the posted speed limits into the solution that we're providing them. So it allows them to manage, in this case here, excessive idling hours, costs, posted speed limit events. This on a daily basis, when they turn on their computer, this information is customizable. It's there for them. It allows them to manage their fleet on a daily basis to help reduce those costs that I mentioned. And they can manage it from a fleet level to a sub-fleet to an individual vehicle. The way we take and map and track vehicles, from mapping, we're going to supply them the regular street maps, so they're going to see the dot on a screen. We're going to give them a satellite image that you're seeing right now, as well as local and historical weather maps. The way we track a vehicle is we're going to ping it every 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds, you're going to get a dot on the screen where the vehicle is, and down below, we're going to give them a line on them that's going to give them the date, the time, GPS update, the speed, the heading, and the location of the vehicle. What we also do is what we call censored events. So in this case here, these are the censored events on the sides when it comes to school buses. Typically, it's going to be the 4 ways, the 8 ways, the swing arm coming open and closing, the door opening, closing. When it comes to white fleet vehicles, waste management, they want us to censor the lift arm so they can verify that the dumpster was actually empty. Police departments have us censor the lights so that they know that the lights and siren are on when the officer was in pursuit. When it comes to heavy-duty equipment, we'll, in some cases, have censored the backup light, bell, or horn on bigger equipment. We've had street sweepers where they wanted us to censor to make sure the brushes were turning. So once again, that also shows up as a dot on a screen, and in this case here, highlighted that it was a censored event, which was the stop arm opening and closing. As I mentioned, live and historical. This is where they can enter in the vehicle information, date and time of the vehicle to go back to yesterday, last week, last month, to bring up the information that they're looking for. Once again, this information can also be uploaded into a PDF or Excel files for meetings that they need to have down the road. We're also able to do what we call geofences. The end user is able to set these up as they need them for the whole fleet or specific vehicles. They can be set up to cover a large area or individual smaller roads if necessary. It allows them to monitor and get alerts that if municipalities, for example, these people are supposed to be working in within specific geographic territory, we need to know if they leave those territories. Waste management needs to know when the garbage truck enters and leaves the dump. So now they need to be able to monitor going in and going out. So once again, we can set that up very customizable for the end user on the fly. When it comes to the equipment that we're talking about for our systems, once again, real-time GPS solution, web-based hosted web-based solution. So in this case, the IT department does not need to get involved to load it on the server, find server space, have to worry about maintaining all the upgrades and updates. We handle that for them because it is a turnkey solution. When it comes to the equipment, these are the two units when it comes to the white fleet. The smaller one here plugs into an OBD2 port. Typically, you're going to find that on all gasoline vehicles and some light-duty diesel vehicles. It is the GPS AVL, engine diagnostics, built-in antenna. If it does not have an OBD2 port, then we will install this unit, which is hardwired into the vehicle. When it comes to school buses, we're looking at this one installed in the bulkhead. The way the system is set up to work is that every morning at 3 o'clock, it sends itself a wake-up call. It does a self-diagnostic test to make sure the unit's working properly. If not, an alert message is sent via text and or email to whoever they have set up to let them know it's not working properly. At that point, if it needs to be replaced, we send out extra units so that they're able to do hot swaps. Unplug the bad one, plug in the new one, they're up and running, no downtime. They send the bad unit back to Synovia. We take and replace it with a good unit we send back out to them. We also take and monitor the battery to make sure there's enough voltage in that battery so the vehicle can start in the morning. Once again, the mechanics have told us you're saving us a lot of time, wear and tear, especially when it comes to the buses. We can do it preventatively instead of waiting for the driver to come in, which is now going to create delays. Also, mechanics have said you've been identifying alternators going bad, which has saved us a lot of downtime and a lot of money. The comparative analysis that I talked about earlier, this is where we do the integration with the district routing software. We take two software programs and we're able to combine them. So now we can do the overlay. We can show them what the planned route and stop were versus what the driver actually did that day. It allows for true route optimization. We're going to be able to know if there's deviations. We're going to be able to improve their efficiencies and make it more effective, reduce their cost. Because we tie into the routing and scheduling software, we also have the stops and the students. One of the things every school district gets every afternoon is a lot of phone calls from parents wanting to know why the bus was either late or didn't pick their student up. Why the parent is on the phone? That person's able to enter the student's information and identify exactly where the student is to be picked up, that they can enter John Smith, 123 Main Street, 7:05 in the morning, drop back off, same address, 2:35 in the afternoon. Mrs. Smith, I apologize, we were 10 minutes late. So now while the parent is on the phone, they're able to take care of that issue. Directors have told me that that has added about 2 hours per week back to their productivity, that his employees are able to do something else. We also supply a very robust reporting capabilities as well. We give a very robust list of categories as well as subcategories under each one. So this way it allows them to pull up the information for the fleet or a specific vehicle, specific school, specific situation. We can also set it up that these reports are able to be scheduled so that at 7 o'clock in the morning when they come in, they can have the reports already in their email, for example, of excessive idling hours or posted speed limit violations from yesterday, which is now going to allow them to manage the fleet more efficient and effectively, but it's going to help them bring down those fixed costs quicker. Everything you've seen up until now is part of the core system, so if they do nothing more than the core, that's everything they're going to get. The first add-on module is the time and attendance. What we're going to be looking at here is this operator panel here will be installed on the dash of the bus. The driver gets in, enters his ID number and the route number. So now what we're able to do is track the route, the driver, the bus. Also, electronic time card. So now we can do plan versus actual. Did the driver run the route in the time frame that was allocated? If not, why not? Take corrective action to make sure that it gets handled properly. Also, every school district, they have to track special events, or if there was a field trip, it needs to be coded differently, which we're able to do by using the operator panel. So now they're able to charge back the proper cost center or budget accordingly. School districts lose a lot of money every year because they're not able to charge back accordingly. When it comes to the white fleet applications, municipalities like the operator panel because now they can charge jobs accordingly and know how much time was allocated for each job. State, local government likes it because of cost centers. They may not care who's driving the vehicle, but they need to know what cost center to charge that time to. They're able to do that with the operator panel, so it can be used in both buses as well as white fleet applications. Integration. We are currently able to integrate with most payroll systems, or we can also supply the end user with the APIs to do the integration themselves. So once again, making everything electronically. When it comes to student ridership, we have a couple options for that. One, we can use an RFID reader, RFID card, or we can go to barcode readers, barcode cards. We are starting to see more of the barcode because a lot of districts currently, their students already have student IDs. In some cases, they already have a barcode printed on that we would be able to read. They use it for libraries for going through lunch line to charge back. So now they're getting a better bang for their buck and a better investment. Once again, because it is real time, we're able to have the information available for them. Bus gets in an accident, first thing the officer wants to know is what students were on the bus. They're going to be able to supply that information for them. Engine diagnostics. It is strictly that, engine diagnostics. It is not a replacement for a preventative maintenance software program they may have. We tie on into the onboard computer of the vehicle. Every manufacturer, make and model is a little bit differently, so depending on what information they are putting out there, will determine what information we can extract and present to the end user in report formats. Parent portal is another option that we have available for them. It allows the parent to enter the student ID and their account number, so they only have access to their student information, nobody else's, to get an ETA of where the bus is. So this way they know, is it running late in the morning, or how much time do I have before the bus is going to be there in the afternoon to drop my child off. We also have what we call an MDT. What it's able to do is tie into student tracking, especially where this will come into play is for special ed. It allows the drivers now to log the information properly, have the student information that this way they're able to take and track for potential reimbursement from the state for the special ed students. Also, driver time and attendance. Instead of the operator panel, it can be done on the tablet. Pre- and post-trip inspection. If that comes up, the tablet is, the MDT unit here is able to take and do that as well. So with that, what I've been able to do here is give you a very quick overview of Synovia Solutions, what we're able to take and provide you and your customers, how we interact with Verizon with our partnership that we put together. My contact information, as you see here, is dhapa@synoviasolutions.com. My direct line, 303-478-4406. So for Verizon in the West, I am your main point of contact. So please do not hesitate to contact me to discuss a potential opportunity or If you need more information or have questions on the information that I provided in the presentation today, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for taking the time to view the presentation.